Hi, viewers. Welcome to the university's gateway. We want to look at questions that has to do with shapes, okay, in mathematics, geometry. Now, it said find the volume of a cone which has a base radius of 5 centimeter and slant height of 13 centimeter. For you to be able to know what this is demanding from you exactly, you must be able to know how does a cone look like? Okay? So we start by saying solution. Now, the object called cone takes its shape in this format. I'm not too good in drawing. Now, here's the center of this shape. That you call it a sphere, so to speak. Then from the center here, there is a line drawn from the center, which goes up this way. Yeah, okay. Now, this line now is what we call the height of the cone. It comes this way, okay? And then I can decide to draw another line from the center of the circle meeting the other side of the circumference. That is the radius r. Okay, now looking at this is the height of this cone. Then this side is what we call slant height of the cone. So by virtue of this, now the question says find the volume of a cone which has a base radius of 5 centimeter. This is our radius, meaning that this place will be what? 5 centimeter. Okay. Now, and slant height of 13 centimeter, meaning that this place now is our 13 centimeter. That is the slant height. This is the height of the cone. Okay. Now, if I bring this shape outside now, you find out that what we're having there is right angle triangle. If I bring out this shape like this is what we're going to have. Okay. That is right angle triangle. This is our height. This is our slant height, 13 centimeter. This is our radius, which is what? 5 centimeter. So we're gonna find this height. And for us to get the height, we'll need to apply the laws of Pythagoras theorem. Okay? By virtue of that, we have that was 13 squared is equals to h squared plus 5 squared. That is Pythagoras law. Okay? 13 times 13 will give me 169 is equals to h squared plus 5 squared. 5 times 5, that is 25. Okay? I'm going to have 169. This one coming here becomes minus 25 is equals to h squared. Okay? 9 minus 5, 4. 6 minus 2, 4. We're left with 1. 144 is equals to h squared. So we're going to have 144 is equals to h squared. We take the square root of both sides of the equation. The moment square root comes in, you have plus or minus, plus or minus. Now square cancels out square root. We are left with square root of 144 will give us plus or minus 12. That is equals to h, meaning that our h here is 12. Now, if our h is 12, so we have gotten our h, we're going to go straight now because of space. Okay, let's use here to finish up the equation. Now, because the question demands that we should look for the volume of the cone. The volume of the cone is given as 1/3 pi r square h. So, this is our volume, the formula for the volume of the cone. So, for us to further this, we're going to have the volume equal to 1/3 times pi. times r. Our r there was 5 centimeter. That is r squared, meaning 5 squared. So 5 centimeter times 5 centimeter, and then multiply by the h. Our h here is 12 centimeter. Mind you, everything here is in centimeters, so it's 12 centimeter. So at the end of the day, I'm going to have 3 here, 1, 3 going to 12, that is 4. 5 times 5, 25. 25 times 4, 100. Centimeter times centimeter, centimeter square times centimeter, that is centimeter cube. So the whole of this plate becomes 100 centimeter cube. So our volume therefore becomes 1 times pi times 100 centimeter cube. So at the end of the day, the volume of the cone therefore becomes 100 times pi. Gives us 100 pi centimeter cube. That is the answer. But if you still want to break down this pi, you can multiply this 100 by 22 divided by 7 centimeter cube. Whatever it gives you, that is still the answer. If you go by that, it will give you or 314.3 centimeter cube. Yeah. So I want to believe this explanation is explanatory enough. Keep talking about the university's gateway, the only academic platform that groom students of tertiary learning, and of course, even secondary school. Meet you about this same time next week till we come your way again. Bye.